Rats sometimes get the
Yeah.
better of the EU teams, but it just never looked like that. And so now, Boot do get to start on the CT side. It's not all bad news, but they're going to have to make it through Mouse's arguably best map.
Well, it's not even arguably. It's looking like their best map at the moment, unless, Alex, he pushes solo on the B side and has almost lost it. Devi, he will take one down as he falls very wide, committing to the swing there on his own as well, and Boot not playing this one together. And with the man disadvantage on the retake, well, it's looking like Mouse have already won the round.
I hate to write off teams so early, but I can't agree more with you. Like, look at the setup from Mouse at this point. None of them are aggressive. They're all tradable. Like, all the information is already being gained. Ben Kai's trying to come from behind. Chris J can't hit any shots and gives him a chance, but it's, Carrigan again. Carrigan goes a little bit too aggressive, and that is going to happen. But look at Mouse. The second that happens, they just invert. They suck back up and just say, no, thank you. Like, if you actually want this bomb site, you're going to have to hit the nuttiest flicks of your life. And so, mousesports pick up the first round. And, again, without doubt.
I just saw Carrigan running in with the deagle, and it was just like, you could tell that he's just so confident that they've already won. He's just W, and he didn't really get to shoot, but, punished for being such a silly boy. But now here we are into the second, mousesports taking the T-pistol, which is one of the most crucial rounds that you can take here on Train. Lots of utility early on towards a main. Unfortunately, the nades were too high and didn't get enough damage done to get a kill. But have already softened up the Ts, who are just going for that fast play towards outers.
Oh, look at this from Rob. Straight through the smoke. They line up. He'll find three. Can't find the fourth. It's actually Woxic that manages to shut down Devi there. But he just had no, there's no sense of danger from our sports right now. Like, they're just, like you're saying, W key is stuck down to the bottom of the keyboard. They've got some chewy gum. They've got, like a bit of eaten food that's just fallen underneath it, and it's stuck. It's just stuck, and they can't, it's not going to come up anytime soon. They're just bullying Boot at this point.
Look at these nades too. There was like 200 damage done with the utility, and it still only turned into one kill at the end. And it was on to Rops, who took two down with him. So, pretty much making bank there with the 2K on the Mac 10, losing the armor. But now with two on the board, we are going to see them once again just going towards Ivy. Boot trying to stack towards outers again, and they have gone for the buy, but they are very light on utility and light on players as well, as Bo saw peaks dry into Ivy.
Oh, the smoke actually gave them away for a second. It landed on that far side that boosts up, but by being able to find the pick over to T-Con, you thought it was going good for a moment, and then Carrigan stepped up to find a double entry, and also Rops already catching out that one member towards Olaf. That could have been a little bit better, but information already given. Please knife him, Rops. Please don't. No, I'm upset. But Alex now will be able to find a free trade. The bomb, however, is across towards Ivy. This could get a little bit dangerous.
It could have, except Alex ran out wide, not expecting there to be an AWP somewhere, which was over at Heaven. So, unfortunately, some decisions being made there by Boot were not the greatest, but that comes with inexperience on a map. And Mouse as well, they've got all their bases covered, just getting into very advanced positions. And the thing is, they are full steam ahead. You saw that they just ran through Ivy and then boosted up straight away without a second thought.
Yep.
And that completely caught off, I think it was like two of the CTs, maybe even a third at that point. And, well, once again, we are going to see them heading probably towards outers, looking for that SL control, trying to deny any aggression from the B site, which we will see. And Bobo saw solo here. Will make it work with the Deagle. Chris J on the repeak. Punished for that one. So, man advantage now for Boot. Can they do anything with it?
Definitely want to see, something a little bit more, just a little bit more life being thrown into Boot here. Alex hasn't been spotted. Rops will just see him through, but Ben Kai, he did get the tag up originally. It's not going to make a difference. Like, look at Carrigan. He's already down the other side of the damn trains, and Ben Kai was still holding onto the line. mousesports are, again, no room for Boot to breathe and nothing for them to do at this point. Splash key, 1v3, Deagle, highlight moment. Come on, what do you got?
Well, all right, you're asking a bit much here, but I'd like to believe because he's got no armor and that'd be ridiculous if he does it. But here we are.
Oh, no.
That's all you get. That's all you get. You missed your opportunity, and Frozen will hit him with the punish. That is 4 rounds already for mousesports on the T side, and they've pretty much hit their quota.
unfortunately, that's the biggest problem in all of this, isn't it? It's the fact that like it is such a heavily CT-sided map that 4 for a team that loves train is enough. Like 3 is enough for a team that's good on train. And
You okay?
Yeah, like I was really hoping for Boot to just pull something out, you know, like pull all the stocks out and just really put the pressure back on the mouse here, but there's no chance of that thus far. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves just yet, as it is only the 5th round, but never really having a moment of doubt just yet.
But, also not reacting to the fact that the smokes were fading out in the open. Frozen going to punish Splashski. Kai to do something. Unfortunately, all he's going to do is catch a bullet in the head. So it's 1v3 again. Alex holding strong with the AUG in a great position. Hasn't been spotted just yet. Will be able to deny the bomb plant. No, he doesn't. A little bit too late. We'll take 2 down with him. But that's another round on the board for mousesports. So I guess good damage done to the economy at the end of the day. But the thing is, they need more than that.
It's T-side. Like, you can consistently just get the bomb down and still buy. You know, if you're winning the rounds, it's not like CT side where eventually you might have to go for an SMG round or a round without utility or, you know, maybe a round without head armor and a kit or something like that. Your T side, you can just continuously buy and you might miss out on a flash, but in the whole scheme of things, like a flash versus a full buy, like this is a huge problem for Boot right now. But again, you've got to find the silver lining, don't you?
Oh, and everything just going in favour of mousesports. Even if they had silver lining, the fact is that there's nothing in the lines. And you need to colour in, you know. You'll learn to do that in year 2, year 3, year 1. You know, colour in between the lines. And that's just what's happening right now. But it's mousesports.
Yeah.
They are the artists in the server.
They are. And Boot is their canvas right now. They're just... yeah, like, there's only so much that you can really start to say for Boot, you know, like, in our previous match, this was like, you know, the Fnatic and Heroic, and we were like, oh, Fnatic are doing this, this, and this, and at least Heroic are really holding on here.
Yeah, making the rounds competitive.
And Boot just can't.
No.
It's not that they don't want to, it's that they're not being even a... yeah, not good, mate.
No real reads coming out there. Woxic, he does find Splashski early. Over towards Ivy. Very aggressive, but Woxic will go for the hard rotation and leave Boot to think that they may be getting flanked as well. So mousesports playing with the mentality now of Boot, and Divide just unscoping at the wrong time. Couldn't hold on to the angle, but he does find some blood. Looking for the second as well, hunting, looking to buy time for the rotation. This could be a round for Boot if they play it correctly, but Rop's looking, he's holding that W key, and Divide is not expecting it. Bobosaur, though, dropping off the edge with the AWP, somehow connecting 3v3 now. Bomb is down for mousesports, and the retake coming in. Flank from Benkai. Hasn't been spotted just yet. Chris J making a bit of noise, but is he going to be ready for the man to be so close? No, definitely not. It's brought to at the 2v2 as Woxic finds one on the Bobosaur. Woxic looking for another at close range. He gets the no-scope, and that's the round done and dusted. Frozen with the headshot onto Alex. 7 in the bag for mousesports.
My favourite thing of that whole round is Rops. Just running to the back of CT, just sprinting.
Info plays.
Like, just gained so much space. And like, the thing was, because Devi falls there, they lose all of that left-hand side of the site that Devi was holding. Devi had information, but the second he falls, done. Like, you have no other player on the site that has any sort of information, and Rops is up in your face.
They didn't have any control of the lanes though. Like, you can hold the left side, but if you don't have control of Speedway in the first lane, then someone can just run up on you and catch you off guard, and that's what happened.
It's everywhere that Boot's trying to play right now, mousesports are just outplaying them. And outplaying, outfragging. And Chris J has not been called upon once. Actually, once. That's it.
Well, he doesn't need to.
No.
He's just getting that information, relying on the boys to clutch it out. Get around the boys, you know? Although, here we are. 5-man stack at outers from Boot, who just don't want to deal with anything at inners at all. They've got SL control, which will be uncontested, but are we going to see a flash coming into a main? Definitely not, as there's no flashes on the belt. It's going to be Frozen denying the dry push from Benkai, thinking he could catch some timing there. Splashkey fully blinded up on blue. Are they going to expect the stack? Can any damage be done? Splashkey, here's an opportunity.
Yes.
To line up the first and a second, expecting the third. No, he won't get the flick. It's going to be Carrigan with 2 of his own, hitting straight back. And now it's Bobo Saw again with the Deagle over in SL. Can he find a single extra kill?
Well, surely by the time he finds one, he'll be traded out. He finds the timing and actually manages to do some further damage. It's only a tickle onto the foot of Rops, but still, you know, a little bit of a misstep from mousesports, and it was a little bit exciting. But
the crosshair was there, and I was worried.
Yeah, because that's the second he hits that second shot, you're like, oh yeah, the 1v1's here. Now, this is what I don't understand, right? Splashkey was on top of Blue Train. He's got 2 players over in small ladder, and for some reason, as they make their way out of A main, he looks to small ladder just in case someone's coming. He's got 2 teammates there, like
Miscommunication.
yeah, like, but that's huge miscommunication. Like,
Oh,
that's
100%.
a double stack in Pop Dog. Like that can kind of show the signs that we've been talking about.
But that separates the adults from the kids, you know? The pros from the proettes. That's it. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And if Boot, you know, they just crumble under the pressure, then they crumble under the pressure. And that's something that Mouse has.
How? What? Hello? Mac!
Carrigan, what are you doing?
He just walked through a smoke and found 2 kills with someone watching him. Like, this is just, I can't, I'm not really feeling that great about what what Boot are really doing right now, because they're just, it seems so disgruntled.
Oh, and look, Woxic's just so far ahead. He hasn't spotted the head of Benkai just jiggling around, though. He seems to think that Woxic is still over towards Ivy, and he will be correct, but the push coming all the way through B. It's going to be 1v1. Is Rob's going to show his back? Yes, he does. And there's a frag for Alex to even it up at 2 men apiece. Now Carrigan very low in A main. That's going to be the bomb for the CTs, but does he show face? Oh, he does, but Woxic just off the line at the wrong time. Now Alex, even though he knows that the bomb is down, he's going to slowly go through Ivy. 30 seconds left for Woxic to try to retrieve this one. And that smoke as well is going to buy so much time for Boot. But is Benkai going to be expecting the push through the smoke? P250 in hand. He seems to be aware, but his teammate is so far away.
Time is just so bad right now, and that's a nice little angle from Benkai. Just swaps over into the smaller angle, which, to be honest, you'd never check that. Like, that's when you've got such little time. Unfortunately, he leaves it I reckon he leaves it 5 seconds too long there. If he just goes through the smoke, he's got a better chance of pulling that one out. But on the back of that, Boot will pick up a round. So, yep, the claps, the cheers of the crowd in the background here.
Claps all around. Rip the dream again. Look, I called a 60-0 on both maps, and it didn't happen. So, terrible color caster, Mac. Let's go.
Nah, you're all right, mate. Well, that's nice damage done from... Oh, wow. How does Rops find a kill there? I don't understand where that was, because he'd just been tagged up by the AWP. He would have been slowed down as well. Maybe the timing favours him a little bit more there. Chris J's going to wait for that push to come out of T-Con, but he looks away just at the wrong time. Carrigan's made his way all the way out toward Hull, as well as Frozen making a bit of noise towards E-Box. And again, they just try to push through smokes, and this time, Boot have a response.
He was flashed through, though, so it was really good of Boot to react to the fact that the smoke push was coming in. Although Frozen, I think he hasn't been spotted going into SL. Shouldn't be heard either, as everyone's very far away. Plenty of time for him to play with, but can he clutch it in the 1v2? The CTs are at least tagged up. Down below half for both the boys. Slowly just making his way down. Olaf is Benkai going to make a wrong move. Alex not going to cover the cross now to Sandwich. And this is an opportunity, but is the peak going to come out? Oh, there you are. The line was there. Shadow just barely spotted, and Benkai will clutch a second now for Boot. But mousesports have already got 8 rounds on the T side of Train, Manic, and look, I'm worried for Boot.
Yep.
I'm
yeah,
worried.
there's no other way to put it. I mean, we could possibly see some Asian magic. We've seen it before. And the fact of the matter is, you know, like if they can get firing, all right, I don't think it really matters at this point whether they're on CT side or T side. They just need to get firing. And any round that they can kind of start to accumulate and gain that confidence back, in which they lost so early on, is just of the utmost. Oh my word. No, not the XM. At least he gets shut down. Like I was about to be triggered then. I could feel the hate flowing through me. That XM. Imagine, I just wish that was a B rush. That would have made it so much more worth their while. But Alex does have the SG waiting for these players to start to peek in toward Brown Halls. He could find some good timing here. Splashski's waiting back on the angle towards Cat to try and slow that push down lower ramp. They are looking like they're wanting to do so. The second Rops throws that flash. Alex now coming out for the peak. Oh, he's missed the timing, and also Splashski's come off the angle. That's a free bomb, so I don't know if they know that he's in heaven or not, but that's enough time to stop the bomb and the secondary player getting on site. The damage is done, but in a 3 versus 3, mousesports have control of this site.
The problem there was that Alex bit off more than he could chew. Very hungry, very greedy. And he goes for the repeat, gets punished for it. So the man advantage now for mousesports. Make it a second as well. Drops finding Splashski, Devi in a 1v3 and 5 HP. It's going to be very rough for him to try to clutch it out. But Chris J, just at the back of Pop Dog here, just waiting for the wrap to come around. But both of the players should have eyes on the bomb. Not going to tap it just there. And here is the timing. Chris J clutching it out. 2K for him in the 11th round as mousesports stop this little win streak that Boot managed to put together. But Boot should still be good for the bye.
Oh, God, I love shotguns.
XMs, hey? And it's coming out again, too. Get excited. A little bit more XM action. MC already showing us him. Locked onto Bulbasaur for the round.
You just know that this is what we love to see. It's
magnetic.
Yep. It's a good feeling. It's a good vibe. And look how close they already are in towards small ladder. mousesports don't take early control, and that is a gamer angle right there.
As long as they fall into it. As long as they fall into it. The crossfire in SL, it's very powerful, only if the T's come flooding your way, but at least they've got SL control, which can deny the push from Con, as well as deny anyone falling into your eyes there, trying to come down that ladder. Yeah. Execute there at the end of Ivy. As mousesports look to hit outers yet again. But Boot still not reacting. It's all up to Alex. Woxic finding 2 on the AWP. Out of nowhere. And Bulbasaur still with that XM. But can he make it work? Rob's going solo. And the XM dishing out damage. Does he give it up for the AK though? Oh, he does. It's very disappointing to see. But probably the most intelligent decision. As now Alex and Bulbasaur, last 2 alive for Boot, and they've got a long way to go to get back into the round.
Yeah, but steps are being made from Alex to claw back this distance that has been lost. He finds Woxic, but Bulbasaur was already looking to save this. So it's at that awkward point because now Alex gets caught out in no man's land trying to go for the frag, and Bulbasaur, I mean, there's a world in which he's trying to commit back in and he gets caught out in no man's land, and then instead of saving 1 or 2 rifles, you end up with nothing. So
yep.
I'm all for going for it after you find a frag, but I'm also for making that call.
But the thing right now as well is mousesports, even though they're so far ahead, if they lose another rifle, they could be in a pickle. Having the 3 is so much better than having 2 and someone on a light buy. Look at the extra utility. Yep. They'll be able to buy rather into the 13th round. So, smart decision made by them.
I'm really glad we're getting these highlights of the XM.
That's the most crucial highlights, you know. Carrigan as well with the swing. Just no respect.
No, none at all. But that's what we like to see from Carrigan. You know, we've seen it so far in this map, especially just that aggression. You know, him and Rops have both just been kind of fragging out. Like, not like Carrigan has a huge amount of frags, but when he does, he just, you blink and he's on the other side of the map.
Fast boys. That's what it's all about. Alex with the deagle, that can be very dangerous, but looks like he's going to be the one in trouble as that smoke is about to fade as well. Frozen, full control in SL, and there's the dry push. There's the punishment from Woxic, and, well, it's pretty much an open B site. The rotation has come in from Devi, but he's only got a deagle and no armor. So we'll see if he can hold his mousesports. They start to group up and smash their way onto the B site. Devi, he's been spotted and wrapped on as well. Carrigan doing the honours. Finds a second on a Benkai as well. And that is the round done and dusted.
The only thing that stops Carrigan from holding down W there is a friendly Molotov. It's almost like they're like, no more Carrigan. Stop that. And he's still finding kills so far advanced. mousesports are all over the B-bomb site, and Bulbasaur is again, left to try and save, but he was the only player that really had the weaponry that was necessary to save. And he does have a hard crosshair across the Ward Ivy. Moxic's going to be able to clean on through, and they will get a full buy regardless, so that save was not necessary. However, some players do prefer that AK.
We'll see. We'll see. It'll all come down to how they use their utility here in the 14th round. Boot, you know, bit of a dry CT half, and I don't think I've ever seen this good of a... Well, I've definitely seen better T-sides on train, but it's just not in, you know, professional competitive games. So that's all I'm saying. mousesports should be able to clean it up nicely with the 2-0. 11 T rounds is, I wouldn't say unheard of, but very uncommon for any matches on train. And Boot just looking very lost. They've got 4 men towards outers. Let's see if they can hold as the pincer is slowly but surely coming in. The split onto site, it will be disregarded. There's 2 men in sandwich, one going up on the train. Chris J spotting, but he can't get any work done. It's going to be Bobosaur taking him down. Benkai flicks around, finds Frozen, drops. All of a sudden, it's 2v4. Boot looking good to try to take another. It's up to Woxic now in a 1v3. He's found one on the splash key, but his position is known. He does have control of the bomb and full utility, but there is 1 man remaining here on the B site.
He wins
and
this.
with that smoke, he goes through, isolating Bobosaur in the 1v1, but he will head back towards B and knifed out all the way. It's going to be Alex to shut him down. So unfortunately for him, he had no idea that Alex was still holding as the anchor on the B site, which won Boot a 3rd round in the end.
Yeah, there's the silver lining, Mackie boy. There might not have been a line or a silver lining or a lining silver in Mirage, but no, not even maybe.
The problem about silver lining is it's silver, right? Second best. And if you're second best in this match, then you're out of the tournament.
Yeah, you
So
lose.
you're fighting for your life at this point, and it looks like Boot, you know, they've already given up. It feels like that.
It just, and the reason that we say it feels like that, because that probably sounds a little bit harsh, but the reason we say it feels like that is just because that 16-2 stomp, and now an 11-1, 11-2 look has now turned into 11-3, so it looks somewhat better, but it's never been that close at all. And Bulbasaur going back through with the exit. It hurts a little bit, but Ben Kite with the peak, trying to find the kill on the Chris J. Won't be able to connect, and Woxic, he was waiting for that bait to come through every day of the week. Devi gets caught out in 2 mines, trying to fight Small Ladder and also T-Con. They now know the position of the remaining member. Alex, however, making his way towards the back of Bomb. Spots out Chris J, makes it a little bit more interesting. But 12-3 is going to be the first half, and you're going to have to find out what Boot can really bring in that second half right after this small break.
Sports, baby, leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby, trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Baby, till we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Well, it's almost mirror image to the previous map. It's 12-3 in favour of mousesports. Mousesports now make their way across to their favoured side, CT. This is not the way I was hoping this second map would go, but it's looking like a clean 2-0 and a very strong series from Mousesports. Again, for those of you just joining, it is the lower bracket, it's the elimination matchup, and it's do or die from here on out for Mousesports. And so far, it is do. They serve life, and they might be able to make this work. But do Boot have anything in the tank on a T side?
Well, do they have anything in the boot? Because usually that's where you put people where you go to off them, essentially. And they are in the boot. That's it. They are just in the worst spot they possibly could be.
Yep.
And Mousesports, they're happy. They're smooth sailing. It's their game to lose, and Boot, they need to bring something out on the T side here because we did not see a whole lot from them over on the CT side. And I'd just like to point out as well, looking at the stats, Boot has won, 65% of the rounds won on train on the CT side, so it is not looking good for them heading into the second half.
They would have been feeling so confident as well. The fact that, well, not so confident. They would have been feeling confident that they got the CT side to start with. It just hasn't worked, mate. It's just gone A over H, and yeah, poor Boot. But they might be able to make something work. They might be able to make it a little bit closer than what it has seemed, because so far it's just been the Woxic show.
Yeah, it really has. 25 for 6 in the first half. Mate, 156 ADR at half time. How?
We didn't even touch on that either. Like, we didn't even once mention Toxic's Toxic.
Well, that's pretty toxic.
You're toxic! We haven't even mentioned Woxic's performance thus far because, it's just been ridiculous on both maps. 156, like you're saying, that is filthy coming into a second half. 25 kills. Please. That's almost a 30 bomb in the first half. Stop.
Let's talk about Chris. So I want to see live footage of Chris over at the venue as soon as we can. And has he got his feet up on the table?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that is what he's doing. He has no worries at all. 25 ADR, 4 for 10, just letting everyone else just take him over into the next match. It's looking pretty crazy at the moment. But here we are into the second half. Boot on the T side. What can they do? It seems they have something organised. Because Alex, he's gone for the utility. Is Benkai going to go for that too? Or just buy some armour late? Or forget to buy armour? Look, surely the pressure isn't that much. There we go. Someone's reminded him. And here we are.
Shoulder.
So Mouse as well. Just full armour on everyone. Not going to play for the retake. Just happy to hold. Stay aggressive. And take those aim duels.
Just let Woxic loose. Just put it. Oh no! Please don't die here, Woxic. Don't do that to me. He's taken a lot of damage, but look at where Frozen is. Frozen can just find the kill with the knife if he wishes to. He doesn't, but at the very least, Frozen finds a second and a third and not the fourth because Rups is there. 13-3. Mac, I feel like this is going to be over before we can even start to cast it.
Custard.
Custard.
Custard's good with dessert.
Vanilla or
And
chocolate?
look, it's getting towards dinner, so that's probably where Boot are trying to go. They just want the game to be over and done with. And Mouse as well, very hungry. They've been playing since the first match of the day.
Yep.
Was it? Yeah, it was. Anyway, so they've been around for a while now, and they're just keen to see the next match as well. Everything going A-OK. Now we can see Boot as well. They are just going to run all the way over to Brown Halls. Here is the lineup for Ropsy Boy, but he's only found 2. I thought he'd get a bit more. Chris J with the fast flank as well with the MP9. And Woxic denying the push at lowers. So the pints are already coming in, even though Boot, they did manage to find an early frag. 3v2. But for how long? Frozen taking down Benkai, and the bomb is going to be stuck. Splashkey trying to cover, but it's Devi as well, having that org in hand. He will find one more as he walls away from the bomb, but, well, the round's done and dusted. 2 orgs remaining. Good damage done from Boot, I guess, but mousesports just finding a 14th round, and it's really hard to play up anything at this point because Boot, look, they've got the bomb plant, which is great for their economy here going into the 18th round, but the thing is, it's the 18th round and they're 11 rounds behind, Manic.
It's at least it's not the 18th round and you've lost the game. I guess that's the small little buffer that they can have, but only 5 rounds in 2 maps. That's not the greatest stat for Boot to be taking out of this event. However, it's still early days, and by early days I mean it's quite late in fact because it's 14-3 and there's only 2 rounds left for mousesports, and the way that they've been playing, you feel like they're just going to prevail here and continue to be a thorn in the side. However, they're going to push directly out onto the site. Chris J cleans up 2, and the third as well as Alex doesn't check the angle. Frozen on the close line. Benkai trying to make something work. Hello brings it back into the 1v1. And Rops, he's got no information. He's stuck behind a smoke. And Benkai now decides to back away, but that is a very decent effort to claw that back.
I wonder if he spotted the bomb, though, because we are going to see Benkai on the large rotation, knife out the whole way. Rops almost with the timing. Oh, he's been spotted, and Benkai just needs to line it up. There's the tap, and there's an opportunity for Boot to try and work their way back into the game. But it is a big hill to climb, and, well, these boys, they've got skinny little legs, so we'll see if they can make it all the way up.
Jeez Louise. He actually goes to 20 kills after that 4K. That was huge from Benkai. I was like, yeah, Chris J's done enough. And then Benkai comes through and says, no, you haven't. Like, I'm just going to trade out every individual member. And this is so methodical from Benkai there. Like, just waiting for that perfect time on the cheeky little timing. This time, straight out on toward the A side again. Splashkey manages to win the fight on toward Frozen, but at half HP. And pretty much just play behind that smoke. So damage still being done. Nice read, and Woxic goes flying.
What a shot from Splashkey. What a round already, too, for him. And it's up to Carrigan to try to clutch it out. He has got that Deagle alive, but only 17 HP. And he's on a very, very large flank as well. But Boot don't even seem to be thinking T-Con's an option at this point. Bobasaur focusing on it for now. I don't think he actually heard those footsteps. As Splashkey as well, just waiting for the drop. Is Carrigan going to bother? Surely he does. He's been showing BM all night. Let's see if he does it again. But it looks like he's just going to try to save that armor and the Deagle. See if the extra damage can be done over in the next round. And Boot putting 2 and 2 together to make 5. Bad maths.
Wow.
What?
That was awful math.
It's terrible.
2 plus 2 is 5. Minus 1, that's 3. Quick math.
Quick math.
5,
quick
14,
math is not accurate math.
No, it's definitely not accurate math. It's the worst kind of math. But mousesports are doing the math right now, and well, 11 rounds needed for Boot to bring this one back. Not really in the realms of possibilities at this point, especially on T's side. But look, I was saying it earlier, and I will say it again. If Boot can get firing, they might put mousesports like on the back foot at the very least. You know, like there's still a chance to get a couple more rounds, but how many? I just really can't be confident on that.
Well, they're going with the pyramid strat right now, so we'll see how it plays out for them. And unfortunately, it looks like they're not going to find a thing because Boot are going to completely contact over towards the B site. Like Carrigan's here with the Deagle, gets the first. Oh no, he didn't actually get a shot off. It was him taking the damage there. Benkai holding W like a champion with the Mac-10, and there's 4 men here without armor, so this could do a huge amount of work. He's made a heap of noise as well. Tapping away, expecting some more. Hits the second, not the third though. He will find it eventually, but there's 1 man behind him, and he's only got 7 bullets in the clip.
Yes!
Oh,
yes!
The knife attempt from Frozen. It's not going to pay off.
I'm so glad that I saw that. Can we just stop for a moment and, like, Benkai is about to reach 30 frags before Woxic. Benkai is hunting for these kills right now.
Stat padding.
Oh, 100%. There's no real nice way about it. You're about to lose and you may as well just get all the stats you possibly can.
Yeah, look, I'm going down swinging. I'm going to get the best HLTV rating, even though we're going to lose 2-0. We'll see how it goes. Although, it's not over till the fat lady sings. We did see mousesports pull it off against Big earlier, or almost, rather. The big old comeback to round off regulation. Unfortunately losing. But we'll see if that echoes again, and here comes the push from Boot, but it's going to be shut down from Chris J up on blue again, although Devi is not going to let him get the second. There's a lineup for Wox. He only finds one. It's Carrigan as well at long range to find two. Frozen shutting out the round as Splashkey falls, and that is 15 on the board for mousesports.
We never expected that Boot were even going to be able to kind of claw 3 rounds back, you know, like even that. Test that resilience, question mark? I don't know. I'm trying to be positive here, Mac, and I mean, Boot have definitely have turned it on, or more so Ben Kai has turned it on in this second half, but there's no room to move. They haven't made space for themselves on that CT side, and now you're being shown exactly what happens when you don't give yourself enough room to breathe. And Carrigan fires Ben Kai, the top fragger for Boot, probably one of the only fraggers realistically at this point, through smoke.
And Bobeswap, what, a second as well? Just swinging wide, Rops fast on the flank, gets the first, not the second, but the damage is there. It's Chris J with the molly to actually finish off Alex as well. So it's once again down to a 1v1.
Oh, no.
And Devi's just holding his wit, holding his nerve. But is he going to clear the angle? No. Chris J with the timing. Devi going for the pre-aim around